News 25 is brought to you by Bees Embroidery and Garment Printing, specializing in custom and personalized decoration of gifts, garments, and more. Call 775-727-9444. News is also brought to you by J.K. Nelson Law. Call 727-9900 today for your free consultation. If you need a lawyer, you need Nelson.
Tonight, a forum is happening soon regarding nuclear waste disposal, and the town says goodbye to a longtime employee. News 25 starts now.
This is News 25 with Deanna O'Donnell. News 25. Local coverage you can count on.
Well, the public's invited to a forum regarding Yucca Mountain. It's Wednesday, July 24th. I'm Deanna O'Donnell. A forum will be happening soon concerning the past and future proposals for Yucca Mountain's nuclear waste repository.
I think we've got a really good opportunity to do something better than what was originally proposed for Yucca Mountain, which is basically a waste dump for America's nuclear waste. We now have the technology to take this waste and recycle it. So instead of wasting a valuable commodity, we need to take advantage of technology, recycle it, and resell it, and power these new next generation small modular nuclear reactors that are going to be implemented really soon. So we've got a great opportunity to do something really, really good for Nevada. We can generate billions and billions of dollars of revenue for Nevada, and I think that's what we need to do. And that's what I'm working on personally. So we've got an opportunity to set up here a world-class Livermore-type lab, we're hoping at Mercury, that will research and develop all of the above clean energy, renewable energy, right? So everything, wind, solar, bio, whatever new technology we come up with, but including these new small modular nuclear reactors. That's the future, I believe. They're very safe. They're not like the current light water reactors that are out there. These are actually walk-away safe. So we will bring the material in here, and we will recycle it at our facility, hopefully at Mercury, and then we resell it to a lot of these sites that are currently existing around the country and the new sites that are going to be developed with these new small modular reactors. Originally, the cost for Yucca Mountain was estimated to be about $200 billion. And if we change and repurpose the facility the way that we have designed right now, we can do it for $40 billion. Now, and keep in mind, not taxpayer money. There's $40 billion right now sitting in a fund that's been accumulating since 1986 and is sitting there. So we actually don't have to charge taxpayers or require taxpayers money to do this. We can take that money and build this whole facility out there, including the recycling facility and the world-class lab that will research and develop clean energy alternatives.
Will you be able to recycle the material that's already in Yucca Mountain right now?
Yes, some of it. And I'm not sure exactly what's in Yucca Mountain right now, but some of it may be able to be recycled. July 30th, we're having a forum where we're gathering world-renowned nuclear scientists that really know all of the technology about nuclear energy and Yucca Mountain. Forum is at 2 to 5 at the Valley Conference Center on July 30th, and we'd love everybody to come.
And today a party was held to say goodbye to a longtime town employee. Nye County and the town of Pahrump said upon farewell to Buildings and Grounds Director Matt Lewis, who is now retired following 23 years of service to the town of Pahrump. Well, he will sure be missed. After this break, we'll have your court report.
News 25 is brought to you by ABB Roofing, proudly serving Pahrump since 1994. At ABB Roofing, we've got you covered.
Welcome back. Well, let's join Unette Gentry to find out what's happening now in our local courts.
In this week's court report, John Kennedy Ming, the man arrested back in July 2018 for reportedly selling a Connex building with floor tile inside, is arraigned on a separate charge of attempted battery by a prisoner in a separate case. During Ming's arraignment hearing in that case, the defendant pleaded guilty to the charge, waiving his constitutional rights to trial and appellate rights. The court accepts Ming's guilty plea and sentences Ming to 24 to 60 months in prison, suspended 5 years probation consecutive to his other case in which Ming is charged with possession of a controlled substance, drug court, and all the standard fines and fees. Then on April 29th, during a district court probation violation hearing, Ming confirms admission of his drug violation and his probation was reinstated. There was credit for time served and an added condition of inpatient treatment is noted. Finally, Ming is to remain in custody pending bed availability. Notably, a sentencing hearing and a probation violation hearing were held for Ming in another separate district court case in which Ming faced the formal charge of possession of a controlled substance. Regarding that case, the court sentences Ming to 19 to 48 months in prison, suspended to probation, with credit for time served of 75 days. The court states that Ming is to be released to probation in this matter, but is to remain in custody in his other case matter. So Ming's request for an OR release was denied. Regarding Ming's 2018 case involving sale of a Connex building, Ming was taken into custody on the charges of possession of stolen property and obtaining money under false pretense. After recently being sentenced to a minimum of a year in prison, a motion hearing was held for Deanna Davis because she wants a new trial. Davis is the Pahrump woman connected to the killing of 17 dogs after a fire was reportedly intentionally set in her home back in July 2013. During her most recent district court proceeding following her sentencing, Davis's attorney, Lisa Rasmussen, states that the hearing on the motion for a new trial is necessary and believes said motion to be relevant to the motion for bail pending appeal. Then Rasmussen presents argument in support of the motion for bail. Later, the court gives the state 30 days to respond to the motion for a new trial, with defense having 2 weeks to reply, and agrees to set the motion for hearing. However, finally, the court notes that Davis's motion for release pending appeal is denied, without prejudice, leaving it open to be renewed at future hearings. Then Davis was remanded back to the custody of the Nye County Detention Center. Notably, there is a notation on the district court docket for a proceeding regarding the defendant's motion for a new trial scheduled on August 12th. You'll recall that Davis was sentenced nearly 6 years after that fire and after several continuances over the past 3 years. The court sentenced Davis to 12 to 60 months in prison with 13 days credit for time served and an undisclosed amount to be paid in restitution. Davis was ordered to turn herself in on May 20th. This has been your court report. I'm Yunette Gentry for News 25.
All right, let's find out what's happening in the world of business with Angela Miles.
Here's Angela Miles with today's Business First Brief.
Topping our news, the bill ensuring compensation for 9/11 first responders has been approved. The compensation fund was extended through the year 2092. Hasbro is pulling some of its toy manufacturing out of China. The CEO, Brian Goldner, says it's due to the trade war. Hasbro production will relocate to India and Vietnam. The toy maker plans to have only 50% of its products made in China by the end of 2020. The stock reached a record high during Tuesday's trading session after the company reported earnings that beat estimates. Bed Bath & Beyond is cutting at corporate headquarters. The COO position, along with 7% of its workforce, are being eliminated. The stock fell on Tuesday.
To find out where you can see us every day, go to businessfirstam.com.
Thanks, Angela. Well, a new report from the Washington Post says that veterans are now taking their own lives at VA hospital campuses across the country. This report states that the reason is why they are distraught after not receiving adequate care from individual facilities. 19 suicides have occurred on Veterans Administration campuses from October of 2017 to November of 2018. The Post reports that the action is a protest by veterans to highlight how little help they are given in their time of need by the VA system. In fact, they say that one of our nation's fallen heroes had a note on his body that read, "I bet if you look at the 22 suicides a day, you will see that the VA screwed up in 90%. The National Veteran Suicide Report states that there were more than 6,000 veteran suicides every year from 2008 through 2016. As of 2016, the suicide rate for veterans was 1.5 times higher than for non-veteran adults. Last year, VA staff stopped almost 250 people from taking their own life at their facilities after an executive order was signed by the president to give all veterans access to mental health services for the entire first year of their new civilian lives. Well, Nye County Commissioner Leo Blundo has put his hat in the ring for the seat of Congressional District 4. Blundo announced his campaign in Las Vegas today at Buffalo High School. We'll return in just a moment for more with News 25.
News 25 is brought to you by Bill and Robin Law, injury attorneys. Injured, need money? Get Bill and Robin, your local Pahrump injury attorneys.
Well, Tim Dahl from the Nye County Public Works gives an update to county commissioners at their last meeting.
At the recent Board of County Commissioners meeting, Tim Dahl was there to give the general road report, which included the general maintenance, patching, and mowing of our roads. The meeting starts with Tim Dahl, the Public Works Director, stating that we're still continuing to work on getting rid of the weeds and that we are one step closer to obtaining the Durapatcher. Commissioner Cox states that she has a problem with the intersection of Oak Ridge and Deerskin and that it looks like someone dumped too much asphalt in the center of that intersection. She also states that the area of Blag between Comstock and Calvada, where it was overlaid, has zigzags. Tim Dahl says that he can get someone to work on Oak Ridge and Deerskin and that the zigzags will be cleaned up when they come by and do the striping for the center and fog line. Commissioner Koenig speaks about Pahrump Valley Boulevard.
On Pahrump Valley Boulevard, I noticed on this, I mean, it's a great job. I love the road. Super. I don't like the speed limit, but that's all right. On the side of the road, right by, what's the road that runs by the...
Honeysuckle?
That run by the Indulge Park.
Honeysuckle.
Right before that, on the left-hand side, is still a pile of stuff.
Out in the ditch?
Out in the field, where they dumped a bunch of stuff. That stuff should go away. It's not, whoever owns that property, it's not their problem, it's our problem.
I will mention that to the contractor.
Commissioner Wickman speaks about the area of Belmont Avenue needing chip sealing. However, Tim Dahl says that that wheel is already in motion and that it is on their list. Commissioner Blundo speaks in regards to Commissioner Koenig's comment on the speed limit on Pahrump Valley Boulevard.
Commissioner Koenig brought up an interesting road, Pahrump Valley Boulevard.
Yes.
Yeah, I agree with him. I don't care for the speed limit there. So it's a story that got told to me that it was just a complaint and because they knew someone in Public Works, obviously a predecessor, and they just arbitrarily changed the speed limit there. So I'd like to look at making the speed limit what it should be. The 35 mile an hour with the flashing down to 25, I think it's all messed up over there. So can we dedicate just a little bit of time and just get Pahrump Valley Boulevard cleaned up so we have smooth with traffic? Can we do that?
Sure, I don't envision any changes to that with an engineer being involved, and I believe that they've already been involved in the decision to put those signs up. I've been here, as you know, for long enough to have worked with my predecessors, and they would not allow something like that to be put in the right-of-way without the support of our consultants. But I certainly can verify that for you and bring that back to you.
Commissioner Cox also makes a comment regarding the speed limit on Pahrump Valley Boulevard.
Mr. Chairman, I would like to support you in your thoughts about the speed limit over on Pahrump Valley. I've had issues with it over there because I'm driving along at 35, which I really feel should be 45. And there's the signs that say, you know, they're flashing and they say when children are present, but people aren't reading those signs. All of a sudden they're down to 25 and there's not a kid anywhere. Yep. And you're trying to move traffic, and all of a sudden we have 6 cars in front of us that are just dragging their bottoms because they think that's it's like a school zone. They think it's going all the time, whether kids are there or not. They're not reading the signs. And so I honestly feel the sign should be removed because there are no kids playing even near that street.
With all the comments, considerations, and requests given to Tim Dahl, Commissioner Blundo recessed from the Board of Highway Commissioners.
Mr. Chairman, I'd like to recess from the Board of Highway Commissioners back to the
Thank you. We're going to take another 5 or 10 minute break.
Well, New York State has become the first state in the nation to ban cat declawing, a painful procedure that involves removing bones, not just the nails, from cats' paws. Governor Andrew Cuomo signed an anti-declawing bill into law Monday, calling the practice archaic, inhumane, and unnecessary. Effective immediately, pet owners who have had their cats declawed could face a fine of up to $1,000. New York law does allow for exceptions to the ban, but only when necessary for a therapeutic purpose. Well, here's Darby at Desert Haven Animal Society with a beautiful brindle dog available for adoption.
Hi, I'm Darby here at Desert Haven Animal Society, and today we are joined with Boxer. So Boxer is actually named after a dog of mine that I had when I was growing up because he just looks so similar to this dog. They say that he's a Boxer mix. He's honestly a mutt. He's mixed with a lot of different things, but he has some beautiful brindle coloring. It's a very light brindle coloring. He is so playful and fun, and his fur is really soft. So Boxer is about a year old. Come on down to Desert Haven and see him and all of his friends here. They're on Ceres Lane behind the Nye County Courthouse. You can give them a call at 775-751-7020. Look them up on Facebook at Desert Haven Animal Society or go online to deserthavenas.org.
News 25 WeatherCam is brought to you by Lerner and Rowe Injury Attorney's Office in Pahrump. In a wreck, need a check? Call 702-877-1500.
Well, let's take a look outside. I saw that there was a lot of dust clouds coming our way, and it looks like they've settled here for a little while. We'll have your weather forecast right after this break.
News 25 weather is brought to you by Dairy Council of Nevada. The splash of cream in your coffee, the dollop of sour cream on your burrito, the melted toasty cheese on your pizza. Undeniably delicious, undeniably dairy. Enjoy what's real.
Hello and welcome back to News 25. I'm Michael Donahue with today's weather. In Las Vegas, we had a high of 104 degrees with a low of 86. Death Valley, 116 with a low of 92. 103 in Amargosa with a low of 79. 99.73 in Beatty. 90.63 in Goldfield. Tonopah, high of 86, a low of 62. Carson City at 94.60. Both highs of 96 in Fallon and Fernley. A low of 62 in Fallon and 64 in Fernley. Now today in Pahrump, we have partly cloudy skies, a 20% chance of rain. Our high today was 101 degrees with winds coming out of the south-southwest at 7 miles per hour, 20% humidity, and our sunrise at 5:44 this morning. Now today we also did have a flash flood warning, so please check and make sure if those are still active or not in your area. And remember to try not to drive through any flooded out roads and try to find an alternative route to that. Now for tonight, it's currently 99 degrees outside, still with those partly cloudy skies and still with that 20% chance of rain. Our low tonight is going to be 81 degrees with winds out of the south-southeast at 6 miles per hour, 27% for our humidity, and our sunset at 7:55 tonight. Now looking ahead to our 7-day, we're going to have some partly cloudy skies on Thursday, and then we're going to open up with some nice sunny skies for Friday throughout this weekend. Next Monday through Wednesday, we're going to have some little bit of clouds rolling in for some mostly sunny skies. Now looking at our temperatures, we're going to go a little bit up and then back down. We're pretty much just going to be hanging out in that 100-degree bracket. On Thursday, we're going to kick it off with 101 degrees. And throughout the week, we're going to slowly work our way up to 108 degrees on Sunday. And then we're going to work our way back down to 100 degrees next Wednesday. Our overnight temperatures are seeing a very similar pattern. On Thursday, we're going to be seeing a low of 79 degrees. We're going to work our way up to lows of 82 on Sunday, and then right back down to 77 by next Wednesday. So now if you can't make it home in time to catch the news live on TV, make sure to check out our Facebook page. You can catch the news live every night at 5, even on the go. So now we're going to throw it back to the desk with Deanna.
All right, thanks so much, Michael. Well, that's going to wrap up this edition of News 25. I'm Deanna O'Donnell from all of us here at KPVM TV and Ace Country Radio, 103.1 FM. Have a great night. We'll see you back here tomorrow.